Hi everyone, today's video is going to be a little bit different as it's going to be a voiceover. This is what we're going to be creating. So the things you'll need are some tissues, wet wipes just to clean up any mess, a cosmetic sponge and liquid latex, some fake blood. You're going to need spirit gum to stick it down with and the remover to get it off. If you don't have that, you can use eyelash glue. It's a cheaper alternative and it's much easier to get hold of. There's a couple of types here. Nose and scar wax, this is optional, I didn't end up using this. Some powder to set it with, concealer and a foundation to make it look like skin, tweezers, shaver to shave the area to get rid of any hair, a spatula, some really old brushes as well. So we're going to start off with our clean hand. And I'm going to start off just by prepping the area. So to do this I'm going to shave the hand. This is my boyfriend's hand that I'm using, so yes, just so that it doesn't pull off any hairs when you remove it. So we're going to start with the spirit gum and we're just going to apply this to the hand, and this will enable the liquid latex to stick down and just kind of really stay in place. It acts like a glue really. So I'm just going to put this all over the hand. Next thing is going to be down to applying the liquid latex itself. So once that spirit gum's dried and become really tacky, like that, just going to waft it a little bit more. Make sure it's really dry so it has a nice sticky surface. Then we can start applying some liquid latex. There's me sort of manoeuvring his hand around. So I'm just going to start by pouring a little bit. It is quite runny, so be careful. Then with a really old concealer brush, don't mind throwing this one away because it was very cheap. I'm just going to spread the liquid latex out so I've got a really nice thin layer. So once we've got that thin layer, I'm going to take my tissue and I'm going to tear it in half so we've got the really sort of thin sheets of tissue. And I'm going to tear it up so it kind of matches the size of the liquid latex and stick that over the top. I'm going to pour some more liquid latex over the top now. And again, spread that out. So it's basically kind of like a paper mache type thing, and that you just want to keep building up layers, and this is going to act like our skin basically, so that we can tear this apart afterwards and it'll just act like another layer of skin that you can actually tear that's not your own. So I'm going to keep doing this. I'm not sure how many layers I do here. I think it's about 6 or 7 or so. And then you want to dry that. So now I'm going to take my tweezers. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. Oop, too far. I'm going to take my tweezers and I'm going to start tearing at this once it's dried. So before you do this, you just want to let it dry and then just tear it out with your tweezers and it'll tear pretty easily. And you just want to kind of make a hole the size that you want your scar or your wound to be. So if you're going to do a bullet hole, you want to make it nice and round. If you're going to do kind of a big scratch or a long scar, obviously you can do whatever shape you want. So now I'm going to be applying some makeup to the area. This is Stay Matte by Rimmel, just so that obviously we kind of reduce that shine that the liquid latex has. You can see around the edge it's a little bit shiny. So this is just a matte foundation. It is a little bit dark for Zach's hand, but obviously just for demonstration purposes, obviously you'd use the foundation that matched your skin tone. So I'm just going to blend that in nice and quickly. And then I'm going to take my Derma palette, which is a kind of very strong coverage concealer palette, and I'm just going to take something a little bit lighter to try and lighten that foundation up. Just blend some lighter concealer around the area. Next thing I'm going to be doing is taking a powder to set that foundation with. This is e.l.f.'s High Definition Powder. I'm just going to set that with a powder puff so it stays once again nice and matte. Next thing I'm going to take is Smolder Eye Curl by MAC. This is just a black eyeliner. And I'm going to start to fill in that hole inside the scab or the wound, just to give it a little bit of depth so that when we put the blood over the top it won't look a stark red. It'll look more like a deep dark blood red. So then, taking our fake blood, I'm going to start to fill in the hole. So just pour that in nice and gently. Again, it's very runny, so be careful. Then taking a cosmetic sponge, I'm just going to dab that around and make sure it's all evenly covered. Taking it onto the skin around the edge, or the fake skin, so it looks as if we've got like a nasty wound there. Pour a little bit more blood in. Then I'm going to take a brush and just dip it inside the blood, and I'm going to almost like splatter it around the wound so it looks like we've had a nasty accident and that we've got blood splattered all around. So I'm just going to do that now. It's quite difficult, I probably chose the wrong brush for this, but you can see it just kind of gives little blood splatters around. And with the brush I'm just going to start pulling some of that fake blood around and just kind of trying to make it look as realistic as I can by putting it under those flaps of our fake skin and making sure that it's all around the area. I'm going to smudge some of those splatters as well and add a few more. Then I'm going to start smudging around so it looks a little bit messier, like we've almost tried to stop it from bleeding with our other hand and speed that up for you. So I'm just smudging it and making it look like we've had an accident. Now taking some clear lip gloss, this just happens to be the only one that I had in a squeezy tube. I'm just going to squeeze some of that lip gloss inside. If you had a black or a red, that'd be even better. Just so it stays nice and glossy when that blood dries. And there you have it. There's our wound. Here you can see the texture of the skin from the side. And there's the final look. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Stay tuned for more Halloween looks. Bye!